Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to discuss about an underrated, underappreciated and potentially a great game called I Am Alive. This game was released in 2012 by Ubisoft and this game was developed by Ubisoft Shanghai. This game's genre was post-apocalyptic stealth action semi-open world and platforming. The platforms this game was released was Xbox 360, PS3 and PC. This game was initially in development by Dark Works, but after placed into compulsory liquidation and closing, the project was delivered to Ubisoft Shanghai. After 8 years of development hell, the game was released in 2012, but it was a completely different version from which it was initially intended. A lot of the story chunk was cut, and due to budget and time restraints, the game was cut short, and lot of mechanics and enemy variety was gone with it. What we got is a short and toned down version of a much better game. But what I can tell you that this game is fun to play. It's much better than Last of Us in terms of the mechanics and creativity and gameplay variety. The plot. The game takes place 1 year after the event, a cataclysmic disaster that wiped out the entire world, most of the humanity, and reduced cities to rubble. The whole world is a place filled with dust and unbreathable air. Survivors are taking shelter and going by days with survival skills and luck. Resources are scarce and food is low. As the game begins, the unnamed protagonist returns to his home in the fictional city of Haventon, hoping to find his wife and daughter, whom he has not seen since the disaster. Finding their apartment empty, he sets out to try to find them, but he soon encounters a young girl named May, who is looking for her lost mother. Feeling responsible for May, the protagonist vows to help find her mother. However, doing so will not be easy as resources are next to impossible to find. The city itself is draped in toxic dust cloud, and murderous gangs of survivors wander the streets looking for easy prey. Now I'm going to talk about the strengths of this game. This game is an open world game and player has full liberty to explore the town. There are a lot of shortcuts and platforming involved. There is a stamina meter that indicates the stamina while climbing different platforms, and it is fun as you won't get infinite stamina while climbing but have to manage when you should take rest and climb again. You can use piton to rest in the middle of climbing like a mountaineer, which is also rare, or use resources to boost up the stamina. Platforming does not feel like a chore in this game like other platformer games like Tomb Raider or Uncharted franchise, but rather a struggle and challenge which induce adrenaline rush. You have limited amount of bullet, arrow and shotgun shells to use as weapon. So you have to use them wisely. If you kill a group leader, others will actually surrender. You can also pose threat to enemy with empty gun and struggle kill them with knife. But once you mistakenly click the gun, they will understand that you are fooling around and will run towards you. While tackling a large group, you have to make cautious decisions and choose your strategy. It's a simple mechanic but works so well. There is a grapple hook in the middle part of the game which was handy to swing to fill up the gaps between platforms, but it was an afterthought and I didn't have to use much as the game decided not to use these mechanics that much. The next great thing about this game is the time limit mechanics. You have to take quick decisions or else you are dead, either by the sand or by the enemy. There is no room for mistakes. The weaknesses and why this game was unsuccessful. Well, even if the game's ideas and some of the executions were great, there are room for improvements like better graphics, better fleshed out story, more depth to the characters, more variety, and longer levels and bigger map. Was very short, which was also a weakness for this game. As far as I know, Ubisoft wanted to release the game unfinished, and that's why this was the biggest mishandled project of Ubisoft for its time, and it shows how they totally destroyed a franchise potential from a great game with great ideas. My personal rating for this game is 8 out of 10, as it abruptly ends, but
Why not?
actually a great
Not
game.
until I found Julie and Mary. I left them once before. I can't do it again. Besides, Henry's still out there, and I'll bet he needs my help.
Then take this to your daughter. She might eat it.
Thank you, Meg. I'll make sure she knows it was from